Okay, so following on from the last video, I've just got this basic beat going using a Quark kit from the core library. And if I just very quickly take the tempo up to around 170, notice that it's actually a drum and bass rhythm, which I've slowed down to 120. It's good to learn the rules so that when you start breaking them, you know what you're doing and why. But essentially, the only rule in music is that it sounds good. And then down here on this other track, I've got some shakers and a triangle from the percussion kit. Let's go to packs, core library, sounds, piano and keys, and let's drag old school roads into the arrangement view to create a new track. Now let's adjust the loop brace so that we're looping a 2-bar section of the drums. Make sure that the track is armed and the computer MIDI keyboard button is activated. And now press the record button and just start jamming. Okay, so on the surface it looks like we've only recorded this 2-bar loop. However, if we go into the clip view and zoom out, we'll see that Ableton Live has captured everything that we've played. But because we're playing within the boundaries of this loop brace, we are only seeing this last section. Make sure this loop switch is turned on. And now when we move the start marker and press play, the loop will start from this position and we can start exploring the clip. Once we've chosen a part of the clip that we want to keep, we can move the loop brace to that area, and now we can move the edge of the clip in the arrangement view to loop it. We can keep the clip as it is, or we can crop it by right-clicking in the clip view and selecting crop clip. Just bear in mind that this is a destructive command and will permanently delete anything that's outside of the loop brace. If I zoom into this clip, I can see that some of the notes aren't quite in time. What we can do to fix this is utilize the quantize feature, which will snap the notes to a set grid. Right-click in the clip view and select quantize settings. It's set to current grid, which at the moment is 1/16. We only want to quantize the start of the notes, and keeping this to 100% will snap the notes perfectly to the grid. Let's OK that, and if I hit undo and then redo, we can see the changes. We can also undo and redo while it's playing so that we can hear the changes. Quantizing every note in the clip will make the melody sound very rigid and robotic and will lose the human touch. What we can do instead is study the notes and decide which ones need to be quantized. To select multiple notes, hold down the Shift key. Right click, and we know from before that quantize settings are set to current grid, so we can just hit quantize, and this time only the selected notes will be affected. And if we want to humanize the melody further, we can turn the grid off and select random notes and just nudge them using the left and right arrow keys. If you're painting a note straight into the MIDI clip and want to stay in key, we can use the fold feature to hide any notes that aren't in that key. So, for example, the key of C major contains only the white notes. That is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, if we activate the fold button, we will only see the notes in the key of C major, or at least this octave of C major. To get more octaves, select all the notes and hit Command D to duplicate them, then Shift and up arrow key to move all the notes an octave higher, then nudge them to the left with the left arrow key. Now when we play this clip, these will play, so we want to move them out of the loop brace. Select them all and hit the left arrow key so that they're just behind the first beat. Now if I press play, they won't be triggered. Still there? Okay, good, because I've got some big news. Big! I'm just in the process of making a series of videos where I show you how to make a song from start to finish. The course is aimed at complete beginners and anyone that wants to improve and get better at music production. I'll be using Ableton Live 10 with no third-party plugins, but the skills and topics can be applied to any digital audio workstation such as FL Studio, Logic Pro, Cubase, and the rest. I'll be covering topics such as sound design, sampling, EQ, compression, reverb, and many, many more. And I'll be doing that as I go along so you can learn what tools you need, when you need them, and what they do throughout the process of making a song.